Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are here to watch Angel Season 1, Episode 21. It is called A Blind Date. Maybe because we're talking about dating and Cordy was talking about dating in the previous episode, this to me feels like a Cordy-centric episode. And maybe this is just me trying to manifest it, but I feel like it could work. The title definitely makes it seem super Monster of the Week. Since the finale is actually the next episode, not this one like I had thought, then maybe there's still some truth to what I said. I just got the episode wrong. So I do think that in this episode, they're going to be setting up whatever is going to be happening in the finale. I think it has to do with Wolfram and Hart. So I think that in this episode, we could potentially be seeing a little bit of what they could be up to and how that is going to happen in the finale. Because I feel like the finale, it could just be like, not necessarily a big episode, just a good one. But I do feel like they gotta somewhat end it with a bang. I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed if it's not at least somewhat big. And I feel like the only outcome that I can see about that would be if they got Wolfram and Hart involved, or if they set up something for season 2. That could work too. Because next episode is the finale, they're not gonna have as much chance to like delve on characters, is my guess. So I think this episode is also going to be important for me in establishing who are the important characters of season 2. I want to know if we're going to see Kate. I want to know if we're going to see Gunn. I want to know if we're going to see She. And I want to know if we're going to see the Dungeons and Dragons guy. Those were the names that I wrote down as to like characters that I feel like have some unresolved things in Angel. I feel like seeing them in this episode or not will give me conclusions about what to expect for season 2. Like if we don't see She or Dungeon and Dragons guy, they're probably not going to be a part of season 2. Meanwhile, I'm just curious about Gunn because while I do think he is a part of season 2, maybe this episode is going to establish how early on into it he's going to come on. And just Kate, I also have to know what is going to be her involvement in season 2. Because a part of me thought that she was season 1 specific in a similar way that Riley, because they both seemed like love interests and therefore would maybe die or something like that at the end of the season, just like somewhat find a way to leave the show. I don't think Kate is gonna die. Maybe this is like wishful thinking, but I don't think that's where they're leading up to her character just because they haven't created as much of an emotional bond that they could have. And I feel like if they were going to kill her, they were really gonna like really make her and Angel like be completely into each other so that it could wreck him more or something like that. I just want to know because she's also not a love interest character like I'd assumed. So many questions. I want to see what all these characters are up to. I want to see who is the apparently monster of the week. And I want to see what kind of setup are we doing for the finale, which is coming up, and I'm very excited. So yeah, we should head into the episode. Thank you all so much for watching this with me, and let's do it. Oh my god, ma'am! She seemed so calm. And now she's throwing punches? Okay.
It's possible she's not a demon at all.
You think?
Perhaps she's simply learned to hone her senses around her disability. Angel said it was as
Yeah.
if she anticipated his actions before he carried them out.
A handy skill. And finally arrested in 99 as a suspect in a double homicide, for which he's currently on trial.
She was on bail when Angel encountered her.
Okay, she
But
sounds
that's not the real whammy. Look
creepy.
who's defending her.
Your Honor,
Is it Wolfram and Hart?
compassion in this obviously mishandled affair. The district attorney's attempt.
Oh my god, she's evil. What the fuck? Oh, this is so exciting. Yes. Let's go into Wolfram and Hart. I'm ready.
Now, I have to say, you don't seem that happy lately. Could I take a wild stab as to what I think that might be?
Sure.
It's your age. You're a young man, you've hitched your wagon to our star, but now you're starting to feel a little... Is that all there is? And actually, the world isn't that complicated. It's designed for those who know how to use it.
Yes, sir. She's gonna do something else that may require a strong defense.
Strong defense, alibis, creative alternatives to incarceration. She's an invaluable tool to some of our most important clients, so we can't risk losing her. There are some children arriving, and they pose a threat.
Some children.
Is this too shocking for you?
A little bit.
I'm just thinking it might be for a jury.
Lindsay, sir, there has to be a limit as to how far he will go. Right, sir?
No consequences. It's pure. I remember what that was like. Sometimes I miss that clarity.
But not the trying to kill your friends and family part, right? Just checking.
Nothing ever changes.
I'm not enjoying this. I'm not having fun. Oh my god! Are you helping us?
I want out.
Oh, I'm so happy for him! Go, Lindsay! What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man! Yeah! I did not see that coming. I thought he was gonna embrace the bad.
You afraid of me, Lindsay? You think maybe I might kill you?
No.
I'm smelling a whole lot of fear. I don't think this is a trick. I think it's a big joke.
Yeah, I don't want to be here any more than you want to see me. I was 7 when they took the house. They just came right in and took it. And my daddy's being nice, you know? Joking with the bastards while he signs the deed. So yeah, we had a choice. You got stepped on or you got to step in. And I swore to myself that I was not gonna be the guy standing there with a stupid grin on my face while my life got dribbled out.
I'm sorry. I nodded off. Did you get to the part where you're evil?
Angel, don't be rude like this. He's sharing, he's vulnerable, he's open.
I get myself killed. That'll convince you I've changed.
It's a start.
This feels like such a different way than what he was treating Faith.
But why would I want to?
In the interest of justice, maybe doing the right thing.
Not really interested in some rich guy's heartbreak.
I can't believe he went the gun.
One good reason.
It'll be extremely dangerous.
Okay.
Oh my god, really? That's all it takes? Okay, gun. You're interesting. You're captivating. If that's all it takes to convince you, man.
My God! They told me it was true, but I ain't believe them. Damn, here it is. Evil white folks really do have a mecca. Now, girls, don't get all riled up. Oh!
That is not what I assumed the plan was. Something bad. Don't touch anything. Oh. Oh my god. Angel. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, my god, sir, what's the plan?
This sort of thing must be dealt with quickly and cleanly.
They actually got him?
And unambiguously.
You don't understand. They misread me. I just wanted Klein and Kepler to think.
You stolen important documents from our vault to try to sabotage an extremely important case. And in the course of this egregious behavior,
Lindsay,
you
you're
lied to us.
dead.
More importantly to me, I'm talking about that sharp, clear sense of self a man gains once he's truly found his place in the world. It's no mean feat, since most men are cowards and just move with the crowd. I think what you actually need is a few days off to think about it. And I'm sure once you have, you're gonna do the right thing.
Oh
I can
no.
go.
You can go.
That is so weird and just feels so disturbing and so manipulative.
I believe in you.
I don't like this.
Okay, I'm back to the desktop, Willow. What do I do now?
Oh, she's talking to Willow.
done that.
That's so
Back
cute.
to file list. Yeah. Yeah.
Any luck? She's been on the phone for an hour and 45 minutes.
Hey, guess what they've been doing all day? Are you telling me self-mutilating psycho assassin chick reached enlightenment?
Of a kind. She'd be more sensitive to her surroundings than even a sighted person, which is what would make her an unstoppable foe.
No one's unstoppable.
Together, the children have the power to see into the heart of things.
A holy triumvirate.
Oh my
As they
God.
mature, so does their power.
Which makes them a real threat to Wolfram and Hart. Sorry I'm late. Hope I didn't worry anyone.
We just figured you were dead.
So you made it out okay?
Yeah.
Um. Oh. Yeah. I love that Angel's like learning her tactics so that he can beat her. That's genius.
I believe this is how Wolfram and Hart knew of their coming.
This has to be connected to the finale. Some sort of
You know what
prophecy
it is?
style, like a
If I'm right, the prophecies of the
something?
Bergian. For
Oh
centuries they've
yeah.
lost.
Cool.
I translated some of the text. As I said, it mentions the children you saved today. There's an entire passage about you. It doesn't call you by name, but it tells of a vampire with a soul. This doesn't surprise you,
No,
but you said you didn't know what it was.
I didn't, but
Somehow you did.
yeah.
That's creepy.
I'm sorry. I did what I had to.
You saved the children. It's very noble.
I brought the discs back.
Well, of course you
Why
know
did he
copies.
go back?
A few things.
You stood up to us and won. Do you know how many people have that much nerve? I can count them on one hand. I need people like that working for us.
Stop trying to convince him. Like,
You're offering me my job back?
Oh, no. What I'm offering you, Lindsay, is the world. Now, I know you pretty well, and I'm betting you're gonna take it.
oh fuck. Oh no. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this episode. It was really interesting to focus on Lindsay. I did expect us to focus on like different characters this episode, but I have to say that Lindsay was not on my list. But it was actually a really interesting turn of events because I think we got some backstory for him that was absolutely crucial to understanding this character, and I'm having a really hard time hating him right now. I have to say, even with that ending, I think that understanding where he came from and why he has done everything he has done up until this point makes me understand why he would pick that in the end. It's frustrating because I know it's not the right decision, and I know that he shouldn't have done it, and he should have, you know, taken the chance to jump out of Wolfram and Hart while he still had it, and while, you know, because obviously he was having his doubts, and I feel like from the moment where you're having your doubts, yeah, it's time to leave. And I do think that that would have been the right choice, but I understand why he made the choice that he made of staying, of being in charge. Like, it's frustrating because it's like you don't want him to go back to that place because you know that like that's not what he wants deep down, but the fact that he feels sort of conditioned to take that because he has to take the opportunity, because he has to prove himself and those kind of things, it's just so frustrating. I feel like he still can change. Like, I feel like he has changed. I don't think he's the same person that he was. He has his doubts. I don't think he's going to become like, I don't think he's going to be as obedient. I think there's a more of a defying thing inside of him now, which is a little bit of what the big boss was talking about. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried, but I think this sets up a very interesting storyline for him. While we had been talking about Wolfram and Hart in general as an institution, this episode was great because we actually got to see a little bit more of like the inside. I now have conflicting feelings about him, which is weird because I'm obviously 100% against Wolfram and Hart, but I just feel like I can't believe that he actually went to ask Angel for help. I feel like that was so big and that was so unexpected of him to do. What is so interesting to me about that story is that the boss knew he was coming back, but he didn't know like, oh, he's probably gonna come back. Like he had 100% certainty that he was gonna come back. Because the other guy, he killed him just for like taking a meeting with another company or something. I feel like the only reason he wouldn't kill Lindsay is because he knew he was going to be an asset. Like he knew he was coming back. There was no doubt whatsoever going in on his mind, because I think that if there was, he wouldn't have hesitated to kill him, because he clearly like does not care about human lives or like killing people at all. It just brings an idea to my head that I was watching The Matrix this week, and I feel like so much of what we discussed was just in regards to like free will versus destiny. How much free will do you actually have, and how much is just already sort of set in stone, written in the stars, and you just have to follow through? Because I feel like right now what this ending made me feel is that the entire time that the boss was saying it is your choice, Lindsay, to come back or not, to me those felt like empty threats. It wants you to believe that it is a free will, but that it was fake. To me, it seemed like a fake sense of freedom. I feel like Lindsay is not exactly a bad person. Like, there are bad circumstances and he's put into bad situations, but he doesn't seem to have a bad soul, which is not what I thought. Because, defending people for Wolfram and Hart, I thought he didn't have a heart. I thought he was just like any other of those robot bitches from Wolfram and Hart, but he seems to actually care. Which is why I feel like maybe him getting this position of charge in Wolfram and Hart could end up being good for us, because maybe he's going to make them see things in a different way. The big boss was trying to tell him that like he has the potential to see things as they should be seen. I think that could backfire on him. I think he might see things differently than Wolfram and Hart does, and hopefully he's going to stand up for that. Because he does seem like somebody who would stand up for his convictions if need be. They could definitely keep going with this redemption arc, but I feel like they could also try and make him back into the exact same person, even though he's not the exact same person he was in the beginning of the episode, at least not in the way I see him. So it's going to be interesting, because if they try and revert him back to the character that he was, there's always going to be a part of me that remembers his backstory, that remembers his reasonings, and like remembers the fact that he's not actually bad. And so I wonder how that's going to impact the way that I feel about Lindsay in the future. And like I said, I wonder how that's going to impact his relationship with Angel, how all of that is going to go, and how Lila is going to fit into this. Because I feel like both of them have the potential to do better, but also have the potential to fully embrace the spiral and like big bad style just fuck everything up. I don't know, but it was very interesting to see like the inside of Wolfram and Hart. It felt like the first time that we like went into the initiative and saw how everything actually works. And even though we have seen a few shots of inside of Wolfram and Hart, this was different. Like them breaking in and like showing where the weak spots are and seeing what they focus on. That is very, very interesting and a really good setup, because I feel like all of this is setting up for just Wolfram and Hart as a constant in Angel. Like now we're finally getting to understand how they work, how powerful they are, the connections that they have. Because I mean, having mind readers as like a connection that you can just bring in anytime sounds pretty powerful to me. And just the access to information that they can get, because they knew everything about the kids and stuff like that. I feel like this episode made Wolfram and Hart seem very powerful, and it's a little bit of a scary thought. And those kids, I feel like the need to like briefly mention them, because they said something about like they can see the truth of the hearts or whatever. Like they seemed kind of like really badass, and I was hoping that we could explore a little bit of the storyline with the kids. There's so much creativity that goes into making this show for like even the small things. It's like it's interesting because like they're creating such a cool concept for those kids. Even if they're not actually going to explore it, they're still able to create something that is like really genuinely like entertaining, and like it makes me curious about like their futures, about how it works, how they're just like I wish I could have seen it in action, how they can read people and stuff like that. The fight scene, I thought it was so brilliant how much Angel changed his fighting techniques. I thought it was great because he learned on the spot, like he was adapting. And I feel like it can be so hard because I feel like his gut instinct, just like he was doing in the start, is to just fight like he always does. But the fact that he was able to take a step back, understand how exactly her vision works and how he can use that to make himself win was fascinating. I think that was like amazing in Angel's parts because I feel like he was really, really able to kick her ass truly by intelligence and understanding how everything is working. It is almost one of my favorite fight scenes just because I like there's like thought to it and there is like an entire plan behind it, if that makes sense. It's not just like throwing punches and hoping he hits her. I also like that we saw Gunn. I wasn't expecting him to show up in this episode. I thought maybe the next one, or maybe they were just gonna save him for 201, but it seems like he's already here. He's already starting to be a part of the story. He doesn't seem to be as opposed to Angel as he might make it seem. He said yes fairly easy. So this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see how that is going to grow because I thought there was going to be a lot more resistance in his parts in joining Angel investigations, and I thought that he wouldn't want to talk to Angel at all. Like, I thought he was going to avoid Angel at all costs. But it seems like he's a lot more civil than that, and it seems like he really understands that Angel's not just a regular vampire. I have to say Angel was an interesting character this episode, but I don't think it was in a good way. I'm not a huge fan of the way they wrote Angel this episode. It felt a little bit out of character. 2 episodes ago, we saw him in Sanctuary. We saw how hard he was fighting for Faith and how much he believed in the idea of redemption. He would not be fighting this hard for Faith unless he genuinely believed that she could change. And so I don't understand why he believed in Faith so much, and Lindsay, who was opening up to him, who was being vulnerable, he was completely disregarding. He was being disrespectful by, saying he doesn't care, like pretending that he was asleep while he's talking about something that I don't think Lindsay has shared with many people, and now probably won't because Angel probably made him feel insecure about that. And just, I don't understand what his resistance was about. I can understand some initial resistance of like, he is a bad guy and like, I don't know if I trust him, but you could sense that he'd had good intentions. And I feel like even like with Faith, she was a bad guy. She killed so many people, and Angel was still willing to think that she would change. And I don't understand why he would not hold the same standards to Lindsay. I feel like they should have explained that a little bit better. Like, what is making Angel doubt Lindsay so much? I know that maybe it's because Wolfram and Hart feels more like closer to him, everything that Lindsay has been doing than Faith, because Faith is a lot more in like the abstract of like she hurts people. Meanwhile, Wolfram and Hart, the consequences of what Lindsay is doing are like actually harming Angel. He felt very rude. And also so did the rest of the squad, because none of them seemed to believe him either, and none of them wanted to help him or care about him. They were like, oh, he died because we made him go back there. Like, no offense, Angel Investigations. If he had died there, that would have been on you, because they were the ones who like had like the plan to go inside. Like, well, it wouldn't exactly be on them. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I just mean that like they were complicit in this and sending him in, and they were going to be totally fine if he died. They didn't have any interest in checking in on him and seeing how that was going. Like, that is not the Angel Investigation Squad that I know and love, because I feel like they care about people and they want to help people. And even if they're bad, I feel like you at least give them some sort of like vote of confidence that maybe they're not that way. Like, felt weird. But of course, the ending and finding out that like there is sort of a prophecy that has something to do with him, I feel like that that made me understand more that he was not going crazy or like going into and jealous or anything. He was just, I think there's something in that thing that he got that maybe has been affecting the way that he is like thinking or something. Like, I don't know what that prophecy is, stuff like that, but it does seem like that's going to be the finale, right? Because that would be a really interesting, very Prophecy Girl kind of finale. Prophecy Girl is my favorite Buffy finale from the 4 that I've seen. I guess I'm into prophecies. I think it captivates me, it interests me, and I think I can see a more clear finale now. I was scared it was something evil, it was something that was going to turn him evil, but it seems like everything is happening for a reason, which again takes me back to my point of like free will versus destiny. Angel did not have the free will to pick that thing. That was destiny. There was something bigger than him that forced him to get that. So I'm just saying. There's some messages happening in this episode. Of course, the Willow mention was everything to me. I loved it. I love that they were able to connect this episode to the Buffy finale. But I feel like these characters have become so specific to their own shows that I think calls and small moments like that are good to remind us that we're still in the same universe, even if the two finales were not like connected. So yeah, I love any mention of my girl Willow. Let's check the name of the next episode. It is called Tushanshu Inale. I'm not sure I'm reading that right. I feel like this has something to do with like the scroll, with the thing that he got, with the prophecy, with what is happening to Angel. I feel like that's got to be my prediction for the next episode. I will already say it now so that I can manifest it into the world. Kate, sweetie, look at me. You better be in the next episode or I'm going to be really pissed because you have appeared in a grand total of like 2 episodes in the entire season and that's not okay. Come back to me. Like, this is come back to me. But other than that, not many predictions. Just hopes. But I feel like it's going to be a good episode. I feel like it has all the potential to be a good season finale. So we're going to see about that. I thank you all so much for watching this with me, and I will see you in the season finale of Angel. We're almost done with season 1. So we'll see you then. Bye.